What up, everybody? What up? What up? It's been a minute. We back. We
Mhm.
bike, as they say it. This is the what show is this? This is the PR.
It ain't that one. It
This is
ain't
the
that one.
this is the PR project coming to you live. It's been a little bit. We did a few things, and I'm just excited to put this up right here on the screen. We back. We back.
Yes, sir.
Project is back. This is season 3. We don't have a proper name for this season right now, but we will figure this out. This is gonna be a shorter episode. We just wanted to say hello to you all, let you all know what we got going on, let you know what this season is gonna be about, what we doing. Um, the whole vibe. Actually, Aaron, you did a thing since the last episode of the PR project.
You know what?
So
You are
last
correct.
time we did the PR project, it was after New York, and this gentleman here to my whatever right, wait, where's my finger? There you go. Right, he went down to another state, did a little sneak mission. Is that what they call it? Was it what the cool kids call it? Oh, he paused. What happened? Oh, it's me. Did I pause? I don't know. Yep. Is it me? All right. Hey, Gary. What's up, everybody?
Check
We're
it
still
in.
live. Hold on, let me get rid of him for a second. This wasn't supposed to happen. Hey, Gary, I'll be right back. All right, you got to go for a second. All right, so while Aaron fixes his vibe, there was a little sneak peek of somebody else we have on the show today. While we give Aaron a second to pay his internet bill and get back on the line. But yeah, so we back. Aaron did this cool thing. He went down to Jacksonville, Florida, and ran a marathon. I want him to talk about that a little bit because New York, if anybody else knows, New York was a tough day. New York was, it felt like 10,000 degrees in New York. And it was just a tough vibe. And he went there with a very concrete set mission, worked very hard for a whole training block, and the weather just did not suit well for him and a lot of other people. So he wasn't very happy with his finishing time. So what he did was he said, forget it, I'm going to just go back to the drawing board, and I'm gonna figure out how to work the internet. Did you have to pay the bill real quick?
No, my computer just be crashing sometimes.
Oh, okay, cool. I want to say, I'm like, he like Comcast, pay it right now. Oh, this is the worst face ever to get stuck on, bro. I say we ain't did the PR project long enough. Aaron can't even work his laptop. But yeah, so there you go. So you got froze on the worst face, my boy. Yeah, but so yeah, talk about if we can talk about what you went. I kind of talked about Jacksonville a little bit. What happened in Jacksonville? What'd you go down there to do?
So I went down to Jacksonville to try to get Young Thug free. No, that's not what I was doing.
No, yeah,
I went
everything
down to
this
Jacksonville.
season is about Young Thug.
Absolutely, free slime. I went down to Jacksonville to try to secure the race that I feel like I deserved through my training block in the fall that I did not I was not able of doing in New York. So basically I ran in Jacksonville with my ego to try to repair my ego, to be honest. And it went pretty well. Not necessarily the BQ that I was after, but still a big PR and still a race that I felt confident with completing my fall training. So yeah,
Because
it was good.
in New York, what'd you run in New York?
Three,
So 350 something.
yeah,
And then what? 4 weeks to the day later,
5 weeks.
5 weeks to the day later, you ran what?
302.35.
302.35. A big PR from your PR before was what?
305 low, I think.
305 low. But yeah, so to double back real quick 5 weeks later and put down a very solid effort. What was the weather like though? Because I was kind of worried about the Florida weather.
I was kind of worried too. So from the moment I signed up until the race, I was checking the weather frequently. Like every opportunity I got, I was checking to see what the prediction for the weather would be. Eventually, it ended up being mid to high 50s with a little bit of humidity. So still not ideal conditions, but better than the 70 degrees humid in the city of New York that we dealt with. Jacksonville was a bit more open, and the course was obviously a lot less congested with people. So I think that played into the fact that it wasn't as just like stuffy and humid and breathing other people's air. So that helped out a lot. I can't hear you, my boy. I can't hear you.
This whole time?
I thought it was my connection.
No,
I thought
it's not
he
you.
was gonna
It's me.
pop back on.
We ain't did this in long enough. Like we don't even know
Man,
how
we
to
was
work our
rusty,
computers. No, but like how that, like you didn't say redemption per se, but how did it feel to go to have a race that was super disappointing like New York for you, even though the weather was, against you and against everybody? How did it feel to turn around in 5 weeks and then go right back at it?
It felt very good. It felt like validation that I was capable. Really, that's that. Like leaving New York, it felt like I had a lot of questions about myself and about my training and just all of that. So I feel like Jacksonville did a good job of answering some of those questions for me. And
Yeah.
I was really worried that I was trash. So Jacksonville kind of showed me like, no, bro, you're not trash. You recyclable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what is it? Reuse, re-rinse, repeat, recycle? What is
We'll
it?
go with that.
Okay. Reuse, re-rinse, repeat, recycle. That's what's up. And then so we back right now. Oh wait, we got questions? We got comments? Oh no, they just couldn't hear me. All right. So what's the moonshot race? Okay, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. But we wanted to so hold tight on that, Lou. So what we wanted to do in this episode, on this first like teaser episode, was number one, to let you guys know that we're back. We're gonna be doing this. 8 o'clock seems to be a really good time for everybody, so we'll do this 8 o'clock every Sunday until race day, and then after race day we'll do like a recap like we've done before. Please always remember to hit us up. Number one, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Number two, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Number three, share it with a friend so that they can subscribe to this YouTube channel. And then the stuff like right now, take a picture of this thing, post it to your Instagram. And then we'll reshare it and all that good stuff. So yeah, any way to get the word out about the show is what we need and what we'd love right now. So what we want to do to you is bring back the same vibe, same training, same shoe review, same all that stuff. But we want to answer and talk about more what you guys want to talk about. So like, I mean, we could sit and talk to each other about anything for however long. But we want to make sure that we're talking about and answering questions that y'all may have about us or about training or about what you got going on. And if we spend a whole episode talking about what Lou wants to talk about, and as long as everybody else is in tune with that and tapping in, we good. So please ask questions. Please reach out to us. Let us know what you really want to hear, because that's what we really about now. And so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna introduce someone that's going to be popping in on the show every week to kind of talk about what they've got going on, and we'll kind of segue. We'll bring him. All right, here we go. All right, we got a seasoned guest, and the seasoned guest is in a little bit. Gary is a runner. Welcome to the show. Gary is a runner.
Hey, everybody. Hi, guys.
Hey everybody. That was
What's up,
that's
Gary?
the first words of the show is hey everybody.
Hey, you
Uh,
guys.
uh, all right, so this is gonna be fun. Thank you so much, Gary is a runner, for joining the show. We're just gonna call you Gary for short, if that's okay. You're gonna be joining the show, and they're going to be on the show for 10 to 15 minutes every episode to talk about, your training and all this stuff. So that's a good way to segue into what you two, I'd love for you guys to talk about what your next race will be. Well, not what your next goal race will be, because maybe you'll have something in between, but what's your goal race? We'll start with Aaron.
Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the people here follow me on Instagram, so it's not like it's a secret. But me and Gary both will be heading to Eugene, Oregon on April 30th to run the Eugene Marathon. I believe the Eugene Marathon, they've been running that since 2006. I believe they took a break when everybody else took a break in 2020 due to the pandemic, but they came back in 2021, and I think they had some of their high, from what I can tell, their highest registration, highest participation in 2022. So they're looking to build upon that momentum and really hone in on getting people out to the race. We've got some friends that'll be there. Got some people that Tommy's pretty familiar with from all of his various media endeavors. So yeah, it's going to be a fun race. Alexa says Eugene is supposed to be a fast course. Hopefully April 30th we will get some favorable weather. It looks like, according to flymymarathon.com, the average start temperature in Eugene is around 45 degrees, and it can get no better than that. So
lovely.
So hopefully we'll be blessed with that same luck. And yeah, man, we're gonna get after it and enjoy it. And we're calling it Motown to Tracktown because we will be heading out from here in the Detroit area out to Eugene, Oregon, where they call Tracktown USA. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, like and just it was really cool because like the Eugene Marathon reached out to us and asked for like what ideas that we had to bring out some of this, because Eugene is historically not a place where like people of color just like thrive, and then if you can get into the history books about like why that is and all that stuff. But the current media and race director and all that, she's very adamant about like doing something a little different and making sure that Eugene represents the running community and what the running community is trying to accomplish. So she reached out and said, we'd love to work with you guys, blah blah blah, all that, and it worked out really well for us. And we came up with this idea like, hey, how about I'm going to be running a different race, but how about Aaron and Gary come out, run the race. We do a lot of media leading up to it. Motown to Tracktown's had a good ring to it. Aaron put a super, super dope graphic to it. And the plan is to make a bunch of content, including this show, all the way up to race day, and grab this like really cool travel experience, because like that, not only did they invite us, obviously it's like a full trip, full comp trip out there to enjoy the Eugene and get a tour and do the whole vibe. So a big shout out to Eugene Marathon for reaching out to us. But Gary, so like, how are you feeling about this vibe, next race, and all that?
I'm feeling pretty good. I had a pretty good off season, good base building season. Feeling healthier than I was pretty much all of last year. So tomorrow's the first day of training, and I'm really optimistic about how things are going to go out for this next few months.
So what's like, where you at right now? I know you guys start training next. We gotta show this really quick. Eugene sent this out. So what was in the box? You're muted.
We'll complete the thought with Gary before we get into this box.
All right, cool. So yeah, sorry. So you start training tomorrow, technically, right?
Yep.
So how are you feeling?
Healthy.
Super.
Yeah. I had a bunch of issues last year for Chicago, and I've managed to push those all off, or strength train them out and recovery, and I'm feeling good.
Yeah, dope.
Absolutely. So, just quickly, we got these nice Eugene Marathon water bottles. It's probably not going to focus, but
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
And then this little palm beanie. And life wouldn't be complete if you didn't get a 26.2 bumper sticker, so you can show the people that's driving around you that you are indeed a crazy person. So
there we go. So even I got one. There we go. It's they sides checked it. We good.
Okay. He look kind of crazy, but
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. Sometimes you just got to go there. Gary, what you think?
It's there. Yeah.
It's on there for sure.
It is ahead.
So are y'all, Gary? Are you thinking about, like, it's normally in the past, like, you've done or picked a race somewhere in between, or like leading up to a big marathon race? Like, are you looking at a race, like a goal race, like a tune-up? I'm sorry.
I'm looking for I just got to figure out my travel, because I got some family vacation time coming up. It's gonna be around the same time as what I would normally do a tune-up race.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to see what fits the schedule. But I think a good half marathon would be helpful if I can find one.
What you thinking, Aaron?
I'm just hoping that I'm alive when April 30th comes around and I'm able to, and I still have legs. That would be most good.
Yeah. That'd be good. So for me, I have my goal race for the spring is gonna be Boston Marathon. So after we the whole redemption tour was because of last year's Boston went to crap, but I did a few marathons at the end of last year, in the fall. And with the first one in Erie, Pennsylvania, I was able to re-qualify for the Boston Marathon with a qualifying time. So I will be going back to Boston in April. But the cool thing is, after doing that, the redemption tour, I liked it. Maybe I wouldn't do like 3 marathons back to back, but I liked having something to break up like the monotony of like just waiting on this one race. So I know that there's tune-up races mostly, like, a lot of times, like, there's one there, but I was able to get an invitation to run at the Miami Half, which is next weekend. So I'm going to be running the Miami Half, which is very early in the training block. I think I'm like in week 2 right now. So it'll be like the end of the 3rd week. I'll be running like pretty much an all-out half marathon to see like where the fitness is. And it's so far away from like race day or goal race day that I should be able to recover pretty well. And then it'll be a really cool way like to kind of launch the training into the right direction. And then I'll have the tune-up race that people typically, like, Aaron, like the tune-up race is normally like 3 weeks out, right? Or 3 to 4 weeks out.
Yeah, like 3 to 4 weeks out.
So 3 to 4 weeks out. It's probably the New York City Half is probably it's on the 19th. So really, it's just a little less than 4 weeks out. So I'll be running the New York City Half, and that'll be more of a tune-up race with doing those final touches, a nice big effort. And I kind of encourage people to sign up for races on the way to it, even if it's like 5Ks and 10Ks, like on the weekends and stuff like that, because grabbing a bib or grabbing a medal like throughout training and running with a bunch of people, even if you don't have to race everything all out, like you don't have to sign up for a 10K and then do an all-out 10K and try to PR, when you got 15 miles to do that day. Just do the 10K, have some fun, get a medal, finish your run after or run beforehand or whatever. And that's just a really good way to mix it up and have some fun throughout your training. So I'm going to be doing the New York City Half, and then that'll lead to the Boston Marathon. So I'm pretty pumped up and ready. Like, I know this is early for all of us to say, but I feel really good. I feel in a really good place mentally, physically, for this next build to run. I mean, I've been doing some workouts and I feel super strong, so I'm ready to get after it.
That's good. And I just this came to mind. I don't know why, but I want to ask both of you guys, as far as like, what are some of the points of emphasis that you're putting into this training block? Just as far as, it could be anything, mindset, anything. Just like, is there anything that you want to like particularly focus on it during this training block?
Go ahead, Gary.
For me, it's going to be consistent recovery. And then we talked about this earlier today on a different platform, but sleep. I'm generally a night owl, and I need to start getting to bed a little bit earlier because I feel better and my body recovers a lot better. I literally notice it a lot more now. Just my sleep patterns help improve my recovery.
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's two things. Like, it's definitely that recovery, and sleep has always been a big thing for me, or a tough thing for me to get consistently. So sleep, and I feel like I'm already paying some dividends in that. Like, I think that's part of like why I'm been able to recover and still do strength training and stuff like that, and still stay on the road. And then on the mental side, though, I want to go, like, I want to go in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, like, from the outside looking in, like, we're all going crazy, running crazy miles and stuff like that. But I feel like with this training block, I want to just be a little more aggressive, like with some of the runs that maybe I would have held back on before, just kind of go after it. I mean, because you watch, I'm not trying to compare myself to the pros, but to train like a pro, like you have to kind of at your own pace kind of play with that intensity. And I want to have like a slightly more intense training block, intense recovery to make sure that I can stay out there. But I like on those runs where maybe like an easy 8 miles, I kind of want to get after it on some of those days, have some fun, get the turnover, and really like push the envelope a little bit. What about you, Aaron?
I think my biggest thing is just not putting every workout and putting every like little thing on a pedestal this go around. I know a lot of times, like, I'll think about a workout the whole day. I'll plan it out. I'm going through the, like, envisioning it in my mind, and I'm just giving it so much. I'm building it up so much that I think sometimes I give it too much space, and emotionally that can be draining throughout the course of an entire training block, because I'm almost treating every workout like a race. I'm treating every workout like kind of psyching myself out to the point where I think I might be over investing emotional energy into it. So I think it's just trying to stay a little more even keeled, understanding that the workouts are going to be the workouts and they're important, but they're just a part of the holistic training block. So just working on taking every day, one day at a time, and not putting more emphasis on one thing than another. Everything is equally as important. As the easy run is just as important as the workouts. The long runs are just as important as the workouts, even when the long runs are workouts. It's just keeping that brain space, keeping that, and trying to be a little more pliable and not being so rigid with all my training. I'm a very like type A kind of person, and I want to check everything off the list every time. And we got to leave ourselves some opportunity for wiggle room. So, those two things are probably the most important things that I'm thinking about going into the block.
Yeah, I think like it's cool to have like a healthy like fear or level of like angst about a workout, you know, in a big long run. I think that's a healthy thing to kind of get your body like ready for it. But then like it's so easy to cross into that like being like overbearing with it and stressing yourself out, and you walk into that run with more tension than you need to have anyway. But there's like that fine line of figuring out, like, you know, and that's what I think I'm talking about, like, is that intensity. Like, I want to walk into like this workout like kind of like nervous. Okay, like I got to get after it, and I know it's gonna be tough. But then at the same time, like, I don't want to be so worked up about it that I'm checking my like schedule for 3 weeks from now. Like, dang, this is gonna be a crazy long run. Like, you know, 4 weeks from now. You know, like that's you can't do that. Like, it just takes too much mental space and energy.
Yeah, and I just think like when you build a workout up so big in your mind, and you nail it, like that just rush of dopamine that you get from finishing that last interval or finishing that last mile strong, it's just like it kind of makes you numb to the idea that things might not always go how you want it to go, you know? So it's like you're building confidence, but you're almost building like arrogance. So when that rough time comes in the race, you aren't really familiar with it because your brain is like programmed to think like, we've killed every workout this block.
Mhm.
So we haven't seen any real adversity. So
Right.
it's just like just saying, okay, it finished it, it's done, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just trying to be present and not overly complicating things.
Yeah, that was part of my mindset over the off season. Was just if I miss a run or something didn't go right, just brush it off and worry about the next time. You know, I think it really helped me relax to kind of focus on what I need to focus on. You know, I'm going to try and bring that into the training block. I'm still going to get all the workouts in and probably stress a little bit more, but I'm going to try and do it with a bit more even keel and relaxation.
Yeah. Almost treat the ones you nail with the same indifference that you treat the ones you miss. It's like it's just a part of it. It's not going to make or break the entire block.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like when you see like a team in professional sports like winning game number like 4 out of like 100. It's like, yo, you know, you got a long way to go, bro. Y'all celebrating too crazy. It is. I mean, it is cool to pat yourself on the back. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's like, yeah, like I did a great workout. That was tough. But then it's like just store that and just move on, though. You know, like learn from that moment. Okay, what did I do right in this moment? Because a lot of the times we crush workouts, it's the fitness or whatever. But a lot of times it might be the sleep. It might be what you ate. Like take some notes of the stuff that worked for you and move on. But then the same way, if you crash and burn in a workout, it might be something you ate. It might be your sleep. It could be, you know, maybe you know, it was deliberating over it too much or something, you know, but just you got to learn from each one and move on. And then just because marathon training will teach you like yesterday's yesterday. That's it. Like you can crush that one workout. And if you can't get to the next run or the next long run, then that workout was pointless, you know? So just chalk it up, move on.
The workout is only as good as you can recover from.
Man, this is why you on the show and why you get paid the big bucks. By the way, Aaron's the only person that gets paid cash on this show. So actually, Gary, let's talk about this real quick. The reason why we really had Gary on the show is not because he's running in Eugene. Gary is actually a professional runner. Can you talk about that for a second?
Yeah, since 2018, when I went back to running, I have accumulated $150 in cash and prizes.
American dollars? U.S.
American
currency?
money. I mean,
And if you go by inflation, that's like almost 300 at this point.
Visa gift cards, but you know, I count it as cash.
Were you able to put them into it was Visa gift card? You couldn't even get any like interest on it or nothing?
No. I got a check though once. For 50.
Was that the $50? Yeah, $50 check for running.
Yeah.
Dang.
You put the entire $150 Visa gift card into FTX. So, you know, got to blame Sam Bankman-Fried for that one. I don't know if his investment was
diversify my investments.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds right to me.
He got it right before the crypto boom of the pandemic.
Yep.
I can't wait to be a professional runner, Gary. I'm really actually pretty jealous. But yeah, man, I just want to obviously thank you guys for watching the show. We won't keep it too long, but this is the vibe. This is the thing. Gary, because he's got like he's a real actual family man and stuff like that. He'll just be joining the show for a little brief moments and he'll be moving on to get bigger and better things. But Gary will be on the show every week. We'll be talking about Eugene Bill. We talk about how we feeling. We talk about shoes.
And while we have you here, Gary, before you go, could you speak on your shirt and the importance of?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get you. Hold on.
Put him on the Summer Jam screen.
Summer Jam screen. Boom. Okay, let's talk about this, Gary.
Thanks for Aaron. Thanks for Aaron. Thanks for asking, Aaron.
Absolutely.
I'm an athlete ambassador with the National Down Syndrome Society. Some of you might know my son Nicholas. He's 10 now. He just turned 10. He has Down syndrome, and when he was born, when we found out that he had Down syndrome, the first thing we said to each other, my wife and I, was, "Let's own this, and let's just, you know, create the best life we can for him and for others in his community." So I've been working with the NDSS for about 5 years now, and then working with local Down syndrome groups here in Southeast Michigan for 10 years. So it's been a real opportunity to spread the word about all things Down syndrome and share Nicholas's story and share the stories with other members of the community. So,
Gary, how can I mean? Because I know you run most of your races. You run for Team NDSS.
yeah.
How would people donate if they could or needed to?
And really just go to ndss.org. And I can also put a link in my my bio for my Instagram. I'll have that up here shortly as well. If they want to contribute to the athlete team or even the whole organization.
Okay.
Awesome. Very, very noble and a very great cause. And it's very important work. So definitely wanted to get that in. I wanted to make sure we made mention of that and this is the first show. So it's like, let's set the tone the right way and let people know what Gary has going on and how important that is to you and your ties to it. So we salute you, Gary.
I love that. Thank you so much, Aaron, for even for thinking about that. And because at first I love that you like wear the singlets too, like because it's not like it almost makes you like, what is this, And before I kind of knew you, I knew that you ran for Team NDSS, and I thought that was always dope. And getting to know you more and like knowing how important your family is to you and all the things that you do. Yeah. We're not gonna go there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, good dad, man. Good dad.
Thank you.
All right. That's enough. Enough of this nonsense. Yeah. So, thank you everybody for watching the show. We are back. This is season 2. This is not even really technically episode 1, but we're gonna get into it next week when we talking about training. Aaron and Gary will be running their first week of training next week. What do you guys at? Like, will it be like 50 something miles probably next week?
Yeah,
54, I think, something like that.
And so like, it'll be cool because you guys will be able to talk about your first week of training, and then I'll be able to talk to you all about my first race of the year. So I got to figure out travel on that. So we'll figure it out. But
yeah,
next episode we'll be talking about Miami half marathon, and we'll be talking about Gary and Aaron's first week of training for the Eugene Marathon. So thank you for tapping in. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're at 303, I think.
I just saw that. I just saw that. That's sweet. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell 200 other friends.
Let's get to 500 this season, please, people.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try to use all my sales tactics and stuff to start trying to give back to our PR project community and do giveaways and things like that. At this point I'd rather have giveaways than like a sponsorship, actually, because it's just like a fun thing for us to do. And I'd love to like do stuff for the people that tap in all the time and get to like try to win a pair of shoes or something like that. So stay tuned for stuff like that. We'll be announcing it. We'll do clips and all that stuff. Peace out. We love you. Thank you for being here. End broadcast.